a child of the Timekeepers too, Sylvie. We can talk.
Oh yeah?
Welcome to Director's Choice, where we explore the stories and characters that make movies and comics so compelling. Today, we're diving into the world of the Timekeepers, powerful beings who are responsible for maintaining the integrity of the timeline in the Marvel Comics universe. From their origins to their psychology and relationships with other characters, we'll explore everything you need to know about these enigmatic figures. The Timekeepers were first introduced in Thor number 282 in 1979, and have since become a staple of the Marvel Comics universe. They are a trio of powerful beings who have the ability to manipulate time and reality, and are responsible for maintaining the integrity of the timeline and the multiverse. According to Marvel Comics lore, the Timekeepers were created by He Who Remains, a powerful being who was the last surviving member of a race of time travelers known as the Timekeepers. He created the Timekeepers as his successors to maintain the timeline and prevent chaos in the multiverse. The Timekeepers' psychology is shaped by their unique abilities, and their role as the protectors of the timeline. They are depicted as highly intelligent and logical, with a deep understanding of the consequences of altering the timeline. They view events in the timeline as part of a grander scheme that must be maintained at all costs. This detachment can make the Timekeepers seem cold and uncaring to those around them, as they often prioritize the greater good of the multiverse over the individual needs or desires of specific characters. However, it's important to note that the Timekeepers are not without their own emotions and motivations. At their core, the Timekeepers are motivated by a sense of duty and responsibility to maintain the integrity of the timeline. They view themselves as the protectors of the multiverse and are willing to take drastic action to protect it from threats. Their incredible power to manipulate time and reality also shapes their psychology. They have a deep understanding of the workings of the universe and are able to see events in the timeline from a unique perspective. This can lead them to make decisions that seem counterintuitive or cold, as they are focused on maintaining the larger picture rather than individual outcomes. Additionally, the Timekeepers' psychology is influenced by their desire to maintain their own power and authority. As beings who are able to manipulate time and reality, they hold a tremendous amount of power and are not willing to allow others to interfere with their control over the timeline. This can sometimes put them at odds with other characters who seek to alter the timeline for their own purposes. It's worth noting that the motivations of the Timekeepers can be complex and multifaceted, and can vary depending on the specific storyline or situation. In some cases, individual Timekeepers may have their own personal motivations or agendas that come into play, leading them to act in unexpected ways. However, at their core, the Timekeepers are primarily concerned with protecting the timeline and maintaining order in the multiverse. The Timekeepers are some of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Comics universe, with a wide range of abilities related to time and reality manipulation. They possess incredible control over the flow of time and the fabric of reality itself, which allows them to manipulate events in the timeline to suit their needs. One of the Timekeepers' most notable abilities is their control over the flow of time. They can slow down or speed up time, create temporal loops, and manipulate the flow of causality. This allows them to change the outcomes of events in the timeline, alter the perception of time for themselves and others, and even travel through time itself. In addition to their control over time, the Timekeepers are also able to manipulate reality on a fundamental level. They can alter the physical properties of objects, create illusions, and even create entire alternate timelines. This allows them to reshape the multiverse in ways that suit their needs, and to prevent others from altering the timeline for their own purposes. Another important ability of the Timekeepers is their knowledge of the workings of the multiverse and the laws of physics. They possess a deep understanding of how the universe works, which allows them to anticipate and counteract potential threats to the timeline. This knowledge also allows them to create and enforce the rules that govern the multiverse, such as the sacred timeline and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Timekeepers' power is not limitless, however. In the comics, they are shown to be vulnerable to certain types of attacks, such as reality warping powers that can disrupt their control over the timeline. They are also limited by their own sense of duty and responsibility, which can sometimes prevent them from taking actions that might alter the timeline in unexpected ways. While their power is vast, it is also limited by their sense of duty and responsibility to maintain the integrity of the timeline. The Timekeepers are primarily concerned with maintaining the integrity of the timeline and preventing chaos in the multiverse. This often puts them at odds with characters who seek to alter the timeline for their own purposes, such as Kang the Conqueror or the Council of Cross-Time Kangs. However, there have been instances where individual Timekeepers have shown more emotion and empathy towards certain individuals or events. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Timekeepers were introduced in the Disney Plus series Loki, where they are portrayed as the rulers of the Time Variance Authority, an organization tasked with maintaining the integrity of the timeline and preventing the creation of alternate timelines that could lead to chaos in the multiverse. In the series, the Timekeepers are depicted as communicating with the TVA through holographic projections, and are portrayed as being responsible for creating and enforcing the sacred timeline, the timeline that the TVA is tasked with protecting. The Timekeepers are shown as powerful and enigmatic beings, with their true identity and motives unknown. However, as the series progresses, it is revealed that the true nature and motivations of the Timekeepers may not be what they seem. Despite their limited on-screen appearances, the Timekeepers have become an important part of the MCU's exploration of the multiverse and the nature of time travel. Another example of the Timekeepers' power can be seen in the finale of the series, when their true identity and motivations are revealed. Without giving away any major spoilers, it's fair to say that the Timekeepers play a significant role in the storyline of Loki, and their appearances have left many questions unanswered about their true identity. The Timekeepers are a fascinating and mysterious presence in the Marvel Comics universe, with their abilities and motivations making them a formidable force to be reckoned with. Their detachment and focus on the bigger picture can make them seem cold and uncaring, but their sense of duty and responsibility to protect the timeline reveals a deeper, more complex psychology. Throughout the comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Timekeepers have demonstrated their incredible power to manipulate time and reality, allowing them to control the flow of events in the multiverse. As the MCU continues to explore the concept of the multiverse and the nature of time travel, it's likely that we will see more of the Timekeepers in future projects. Whether they remain enigmatic figures or become more fleshed-out characters with their own motivations, their incredible power, complex psychology, and unique role in the Marvel Comics universe make them a true director's choice.